wrong one. That's also loud. God, it was TOUHOU! It was TOUHOU's fault that my recording of naked opera. It was TOUHOU's fault because for some reason TOUHOU is loud. You know what I'm gonna do actually? It's audio output. Copy. Paste. Wait. Huh? Okay, wait. Audio output. Copy. Make source invisible. That one there. Why was it max volume? Why was it max volume? Why was it max volume? Why? 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 Bruh. Sorry. I might have just killed everyone, but that's fine, I guess. Oh wow, my headphones. I'm gonna eat a shoe. God, Jesus, why? 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 Why are you? Why? 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 There we go. Oh God, I'm falling over. Cables. God, I hate cables. God, I hate cable. He's a dumb time traveler. Why would you go in time travel to support Deadpool? Ryan Reynolds. He's not even cute. Yeah, okay, he's a little cute. But that's besides the point. Anyway. Anyway. That is a lot of noise. Is the volume okay? I'm going to assume the volume is okay. We can pretend the volume is okay. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Alright. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Okay. Okay. Huh? Okay. It's okay for me? Okay. Hi, Mob. How you doing? Yeah, I kind of just wanted to play TOUHOU. I wanted to be able to retain some knowledge. I want to retain some knowledge. Oh, that sucks. I want to maintain some knowledge. Ah! That didn't happen. Also, I'm shocked. I hit the Windows key and shockingly, nothing happened. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just warming the fingies. I'm just warming the fingies. It's okay for me. That's good. I did I was a little late. I kind of was in the middle of doing whatchamacallit, runs in wow, I lost track of where I was. This is gonna be great. I was in the middle of doing whatchamacallit, not Limbus. It's this way. There we go. What would he call it? What would you call it? I lost some! I blame the federal government. I blame the federal government. I blame the government. But, what was I saying? I lost track the sauce. Oh yeah, I was playing the horse game, Uma Musume. Well, I did 2 front runner runs. One with the Bakushin. And then one with Silent Suzuki. And I don't understand how the inheritance system works. Like I legitimately do not understand how that system works. Like, how do you... Because, like, my Silent Suzuki and the other one, Sakura, both of the speed was in SS. No, one of them speed was in S. The other one was in SS, almost 100, like perfect, like almost max. It was 5 off of the max of 1,200. But for some reason, and I don't understand, the things that were chosen for her inspiration, for her inheritance, was power. It was power. Her special, her character specific skill at max. It was at 3 stars. Power was at 1 star, and then the other one was front runner at 2 star. Front runner boost at 2 star. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, what? Hi, Ann. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, what? Oh, that kills me. Oh, that kills me inside. Oh, that kills me inside. Oh, that kills me. 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 But like, I saw that and it pissed. Because I've yet to get a good whatchamacallit, a good inheritor. Like, the skills to gain have been garbage, and I've only gotten one that has like 1 billion like inheritable skills, and it's Gold Ship. And Gold Ship Special is not useful for anyone that isn't an in chaser, which is literally just Gold Ship. And like, that's it. And then like late chasers as well. Like, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, what? What? That's silly. Like, that's just silly. Bam, ba, na, 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 na. That was silly. But like, okay. Lasers. Wow, that's very wide berth there, buddy. Oh, okay. But like, so I don't understand it. And I ain't gonna lie. I could probably look it up. There's a website that's really good for whatchamacallit. Okay, let's go here. I have to know. Skill conditions compatibility. What? Hold up. Hold up. It's called Game Torah. And what do you mean compatibility? Wait, hold on. Let me look at this. Science Suzuki, Legacy. I don't know, I guess you. Where is Mayachi Nukachuki? Total ability is 46. What? And then yours is Silence Suzuki, and hers was Nice Nature, and I don't remember who the other one was. I'm gonna say it's someone random. How does this work? Anyway, what was I gonna look at? Oh god, I forgot. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at Legacy Guide. Sparks. Blue sparks give extra stats to training, are arguably the most important sparks in general. Every character will get exactly one blue spark at the end of the career. The blue type you'll get is calculated. The type is chosen at random. What? It's chosen at random. The type is chosen at random. Then your final value of that stat is checked. At the start of career, blue sparks from the legacies and sub-legacies will be added to the new trainee stat. Pink sparks improve either track type, aptitude, track length, or race strategy. Green sparks are special sparks of that can grant trainees access to the legacy's unique skills. Ice Arts come in two variants: skill and race sparks. You have a chance to get race sparks from winning G1 races, but you can finally can directly affect RNG because if you win a race, you have a chance of getting one. Create every normal rarity skill. Victorious and career itself have a 20% chance to generate a white spark. 3-star skills have a 25% chance, and rare gold skills have a 40% chance. The chance for 1 star, for 2 stars, and 3 stars. That's silly. Anyway, back to the game. You know, so I just realized something. Almost every single one of these, the start, you want to start on the right. Hello! I'd like to know I'm not very good. How you doing, Trinity? And another, oh, who's the other? Woo! I am shocked that killed. I am shocked I didn't get hit there. Oh, that's bad. That's cranky. Die, 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 die. Pretty good, you? Ah, I'm doing alright. I've been kind of hooked on, the, horse game. I've been a little hooked on the horse game. I didn't see that! Oh, that's an L. Oh, that's an L. That's a massive L. That is... I didn't see that! Okay, wow, this is terrible. That was terrible. You know what? That was actually terrible. Okay, I have to see. No one got you gave me the horse girls? Yeah! I have to know. Oh, God. Ah, man. Okay. I have to know if that score, if 5 gives you a life. I think it does. Is it good? Very good. Like, enormously silly levels of good. It's a roguelike. It's a roguelike training game. Wait, really? Really? Okay, and the answer is no, it's not a level up. Hi, hope you're doing great. I'm doing alright. Always start on the left. Like I said, start on the right. Because those guys spawn on the right. And then you go over to the left. Might check it out. It is legitimately, unironically worth it. Flying from the left, go to the right, yes. And I believe it should be, yep. Woo! Now, if you like, roguelike types of games, that is... I'm not risking it. I don't even know why I'm still going on this attempt. Like, I really shouldn't keep going. I lost 2 lives to the easy baby, to Spinny Hina. I believe it should be, yep. Dragon! Oh, okay, wait. Dun, bam, 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 bam. Dun, na, 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 dun, na, dun, na, 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 na. Ah, what? Okay, I'm sorry. Why did... Okay, wait. I'm sorry. Why did it fire there? Why did it fire there? I'm sorry. What the hell? Why did it fire there? God. Ah, I hate it so much. Okay, 8,000. That's a weird amount. That's a weird specific amount. Oh, I got scared. Oh, I got scared. I better take. Nope. Hard. Hard. Play on hard. Not lunatic yet. Because I've gone through every single Touhou game on normal. Every single one, and beating them all 1cc on normal. Now I'm trying to go through them all on hard. That was a bad idea. Ignore that, it didn't happen. That didn't happen. Practice attempt, practice attempt, practice attempt, practice it. I'm sorry, that worked? That worked? That worked. That didn't. That didn't, though. Gotta hate Chris costing bullets. I'm sorry, what? I can't do that? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry I got to do that? What? Okay, well, that's fine. I'm assuming you play on lunatic like it's willy-nilly, like it's nobody's business, I'm assuming. I keep forgetting it starts back on the left. I keep forgetting that. What do you mean? What? I'm sorry. What? What do you mean? I'm sorry. What do you mean I lost exactly 10? There's this other Touhou streamer that's trying to 1cc PCB on Lunatic. This ain't no PCB. This is MoF. A mother hecker. Oh, yeah, it is a mother hecker because it has all the moms. Lamau. That was silly. I am shocked that didn't hit. I don't know why that didn't hit. Woo! Once again, I'm legitimately shocked that didn't hit. Was paying attention. Okay, well, apparently you don't want to give me nice open. Yeah! That's... I don't like these laser beams. They... On startup, they spawn way too quickly. This is unfortunate. Okay, here we go. Easy. Now, let's see if I can actually remember. You know, I still blows my mind that... Once again, I am shocked by that one. Die, 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 die. Hey! Well, look at that. I thought I was done. I forgot there was a second wave. Oh, what's their name, by the way? What's their name so I can go take a look at them? I really do not want to deal with this one. I hate this one. Yeah, I really don't want to deal with this one. I don't like it. I thought that blue was from the point. Marignan. Marignan. I'm gonna go say hi. I'm gonna go say hi to them. Because I've been curious, like, how do, the pros practice? Like, how do the pros make their, Well, I'm going to go to her channel, and I'm going to comment on all of her stuff. Hey, I'm here to harass you. Which one? Ah, this one. Subscribe. They multi-stream? Lunatic 1cc. Ah, that just sounds silly is what that sounds like. One, like, lunatic. Holy cannoli. No, that is incorrect. Not 350. It's 351 now. I will probably never watch any of her streams. However, I like to give people subscribes because it does help with their algoes. Well, yeah, yeah. Fun. Get back here! No! Every gosh darn time! Every gosh darn diddly time! I don't know why that spell always throws me off if I'm not practicing it. I don't know why that one always throws me off. Bum 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 bum. I should have bombed. I knew that was going to happen. No, I'm not doing that. Why? We're doing from the beginning. I'm just going to go. Okay, hold up. I'm going to. Ugh. Stupid Kappa! This stupid Kappa! Dun 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 na, na. Why I'm so mad. You don't understand. You do not understand. I am so very, very mad. This stupid Kappa. It bothers me because the spells are not hard. That's the part that bothers me. It's not as if these are like all that difficult. I'm about to swear. I'm going to swear. I'm going to swear. I'm going to swear. Like these are, I've literally gone through these before, no problem. Ah! This Kappa is not my friend. Go ahead, no. You never swear in the home. Oh, I would have been hit there. Okay, apparently I got through it that time. I don't know why. I should have been hit there. See? Now give me the cucumbers to the face! I ain't gonna lie, I didn't notice the little blue bullet. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't notice the blue bullet. I deserve the cucumber to the face. I deserve that cucumber to the face. I deserve that cucumber to the face. I deserve that. I deserve that cucumber to the face. I do not like that into there. It should put you right back into the redo button. Why was it there? Okay, I obviously do not understand how you're supposed to move through that one. Like, I very, very obviously do not understand how you're supposed to dodge through this one. What the hell? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. What? Okay, well, I deserve that one. I'm sorry, what? What? There was like 5 inches to stick my thick thingy in, and yet the other ones had like 5 miles wide. What is that baloney? Okay. I said that. Whatever floats your rutabaga, I guess! Whatever floats your rutabaga, I guess! Well, at least I'm at, theoretically, the highest possible, score. Not score, but, score multiplier. That was silly. Anyway, I have not been keeping up with practicing, so I'm wanting to do more than just the one a week, and thinking, oh yeah, if I do twice a week or more, maybe I'll I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna. What do you mean I'm already at level? What do you mean I already got the level? I mean, I'm already at the level. Now, this is one I'm honestly shocked I haven't been hit yet today on. Do you ever just want to just stab yourself 47 times in the chest because you decided to speak words out of your mouth? Do you ever just want to stab yourself 37 times in the chest because you just spoke words aloud and those words caused the universe to make fun of you? No? Just me? Oh, well then. I'm shocked grazing does literally nothing. I assume grazing just keeps your that's what I assume. I assume the grazing just keeps your score up. Because grazing doesn't really do much else, I found. So, you don't get any points for grazing. Which I'm shocked by. Because that means you're not actually incentivized to actually try. Okay. So that I'm sorry, what the hell? Why was it there? Why was it there? I'm sorry, but why was it? No, that should have been there. I moved over there. That should have been there. That one should have been there. Not that one, or whatever the hell. Like, Nani the heck? Nani the heck? Nani the heck? Angles. I don't know angles. Apparently, I don't know what angles are. Apparently, me and the letter triangle don't work together. But, you know what? It's what it is. Now, be fair, hey, I have 1cc'd hard on several different Touhou games. So it's not as if this is the, like, the first one I'm trying this on. I 1cc'd. Oh gosh, which ones have I 1cc'd hard? I've also done most of the extra stage, guys. Not all of them, not all of them. I switched over to doing the hards after I got annoyed at, I think it was Koishi. Yeah, I got annoyed at Koishi, so I was like, you know what, I know. I was just like, no. It was just, no. That was silly. Okay. Laser straight down Broadway, I knew it! Girl, stop shooting bullets. Stop shooting lasers straight down Broadway! Thank you! Now I just realized I could theoretically, I could theoretically, oh, if I got hit there, I would have giggled so much. What the hell? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. There is one more after them. No, that was it. Okay. Holy cannoli! I'm gonna get hit here, aren't I? Why am I not doing as much damage? Please stop. Where is all my damage gone? Am I crazy or am I just not doing any damage anymore? That was bull. 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 That was bull! I killed her! I killed her! And I still lost the spell card! Oh, that's annoying. Aka Human! That's me, I Miss Human. That's revenge. I'm gonna get hit here. I can tell. I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm gonna get hit here. I'm restarting that. That pissed me off. That is 2 hits. That was stupid. I knew I was gonna get hit too. That's the worst part about it. I knew I was gonna get hit. I knew it. I knew it too. Like, I knew it too. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm a stupid poo-poo head, and I'm gonna do this stupid poo-poo thing. No. I knew what was gonna happen. It was gonna be something stupid. It wasn't just gonna be something silly. It was gonna be something downright despicable. Like something out of a Looney Tunes cartoon. And you know what that was? Straight out of Looney Tunes! I just realized something. It's quite interesting. Thanks? I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know how I feel about that. Being called quite interesting over my absolute shenanigans, shenoggulins, shagloogalins. Hey, I didn't lose any, but I did technically not get as much. Okay, there we go. What? You almost got me there. You almost got me with those sweet potato laser beams. Now I'd appreciate if you stop with the laser beams. Thank you. Sweet potato laser beams? Yeah, those bullets are supposed to be, whatchamacallit, those laser beams are supposed to be potatoes. Not laser beams, the, Not the laser beams. The the bullets, the little pellets. That's the word I was looking for, was pellets. I'm mad. I deserve that. I deserve that, but I'm mad. I don't like that spell card. At least... Oh... I remembered. I was curious. I was curious. I was curious. I realized I screwed up. I was like, I wonder how far I can make it. I wonder if I could go all the way. Oh, very silly. They went faster down, so they were shooting sideways instead of directly down at me. So, that didn't work. I wanted to try something silly. Didn't work. It really didn't work. What do you mean that worked? What do you mean that worked? What do you mean that worked? Yeah, like these Danmaku are supposed to be leaves. Like she's dropping a bag of leaves on your head. Because that's literally what she's doing. I think under technicality, she's spilling, like she's in a tree, knocking the leaves down on you. I think is technically what that spell card is. I think that's technically what that one is. Forget what this one's supposed to be. Oh, God. So, my thought process of that was, oh, I want to get over here and then go up, away. But, there was a bullet in the way. There was a bullet in the way. But, there was a bullet in the way. Oh, yeah! I just remembered I just remembered I was gonna go take a look at something. A mailman walked up to our door. Not even up to our door, walked slightly up to our door, and then yeeted something at our door. So I want to go take a look at that. I forgot about that. Lamau. I'll be right back. if Donald Trump, in the big beautiful bill, had a byline that said defunding completely the postal service, and everyone who worked for the postal service lost their job, became homeless, and then jumped off a bridge and died, I would be very, very happy. I would be very, very happy, and I would wear the I got what I voted for award. I got what I voted for award. Because you do not understand how mad. Literally, I watched him just throw it. And it was medicine. It was medication. There was a non-slim possibility that one of the bottles could have broken open. Or it could have been glass, too. Literally, I watched him take the package, throw it, and then walk away. No one can understand the depths of hatred I have for postal workers. The amount of times I have gone to the post office and actively... That's disrespectful. That's normal! That's the postal service! That's the postal service. And people go, look at me, and they're like, Jelly, that's mean. Why would you say something like that? And I look at them and I go, they are part of the federal government. They have no risk of losing their job. They have no justification to actually bother trying to do their job. Why should I care whether or not they die? You know? Why should I care that they live? My mailman don't be like that. There is exactly one mailman. There is exactly one postal worker that I actually do like. There's one. And he's the one guy who comes by my work and drops off I think he's FedEx. He comes by to drop off new product, not product, but like new advertisement items from corporate. That is the only postal worker I like, because he's nice, he's respectful, and he's not an entitled monster. Like, you don't understand how non-at-risk postal workers are at losing their job. I literally had a package that I wanted to sign for. I wanted it to be handed to me. And you'd think, oh yeah, you know, the postal, you know, for stuff that's supposed to be signed, they'd come by at a time when most people would be at home, right? That would be what you would think, you know? Like, they would come by at a time that most people would end up being home. So, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, that time frame, you know? You know? You know, you think that, you know, that time frame. And then the little app thing goes, oh, yeah, the mail person's supposed to come by your house at like 3:45. Okay, I get off at 2. I should be home by 3:45. I get home, sticker on my door. Sorry, I came by at 11:45 midday and you weren't here. I'm gonna try again tomorrow. Oh. No one is at home at 11:45 except for NEETs and people with awkward work schedules on a Thursday. It was Wednesday. It was Wednesday. Because he tried 3 times. He came by the next day at 1 o'clock. I got off at 3. Final message. Final notice. One more attempt to stop by to get the thingy signed. Final time. Final try. I'm not gonna try again. I go on to I think it was FedEx website. I get my information. I go to their help people. And I spend 45 minutes talking to them. And the answer I got is they're going to decide when to show up whenever they feel like it. I was like, well, can I have them, show up at a specific time? Because I'm not going to be home at this time, but I'll be home later and I want to sign for it. So can they come by later? And the response was quite literally, no, they decide when to show up. Do you want to make it no sign? Do you want to make it no sign so that they can just drop it off when you get there? No, I don't. But I will anyway. That's ridiculous, not gonna lie. Why should they care? They have no risk of losing their job. They could take a crap on the package, throw it at your door, and then shoot you in the face, and they will not get fired. They may be put on administrative leave, but they will not be fired. They will not be fired. And that's ridiculous. Like, if someone campaigned saying that they would collapse all of the postal system, there would be no more postal system. It would show up at one building and that's it. They would not be mailed to your location. It would all go to one building and you have to go and get it from that building. I would somehow obtain $50 quadrillion to finance their campaign. I would go into politics with the sole intention to defund and completely collapse the postal system. Make mailmen illegal. Make them illegal. That is a position. That is a thing that no longer exists now. It's not allowed to exist. They show up at the building, and you just go there and pick it up. That's it. Honestly, that'd probably be faster. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, and you can't not use them. That's the biggest problem. You can't not use the Postal Service. You have to use the Postal Service. If you get anything mailed, you're stuck dealing with the Postal Service. It's like the VA. It's like the DMV. It's like the courthouse. They have no risk of losing their job. They can do whatever the hell they want. The moment, you want to know when they're at risk of losing their job? When someone decides to do a mass shooting. That's when they're at risk of losing their job because they will be dead. Like, they are either guaranteed to be able to do whatever the hell they want and never lose their job, or dead. That is the two options. No, those are the two options for those three positions, those three fields. VA, or employment zones. The VA, the DMV / governmental tax bodies, because that's what the DMV is. It's just a tax body. It's just a tax body. And the Postal Service. It's actually ridiculous. They can do whatever that. The only other possibility would be you record them doing something terrible and then hope that suing the federal government for what they did will actually get them fired. It won't. It won't. But you could hope. No, it will end up putting them in administrative leave. Hell, police officers have a higher chance of being fired than postal workers do. And they kill people when they get fired. That's the reason why they get fired. Because they do illegal stuff. A cop doesn't get fired because they did something silly or they did a bad job. No, they get fired because they broke a law or they did a crime or they did a big crime. But because they're a police officer, they don't get thrown in prison for it, but they could lose their job. A postal worker can do whatever the hell they want. I'm not joking, too. Like, that is quite literally the only way, like, those three fields will ever be at risk of losing a job is because they're dead. That is just the sad America. I love America. For home of the free, there is quite literally nowhere else on earth, God's green earth that I'd ever want to live. But God, Jesus Christ, holy Jesus, God, Jesus, God, Christ, God, Jesus. Holy crud. It pisses me right the hell off. Like, to silly degrees. It pisses me off to silly degrees. Not normal degrees. Silly degrees. Like, it's downright hornswoggling. Does it still work? Does it have money on it? I don't think it does. Why do I still have it? Anyway. That was a sneeze. That. Angie. Absolute Angie. Thank you. Like, I just don't, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, there's even more silly things that I don't get. Like, I don't understand government housing. I don't get that. Like, if you attain a place of living at a very, very minimum cost that you have almost no possibility of ever being kicked out because it's government run, why would you care about trying to not do things? Like, why is there not, like, stipulations? Like, oh, you can't, be on any medication that is not prescribed. Regulate drug tests. You can't have committed any significant crimes within the last 6 months, any degrees of them, can't have X, Y, and Z. Like, almost always those locations become just dens of drugs, prostitution, and crime. Murderers just hide there. I don't get why you'd want to build that. That makes no sense. Like, I understand, like, the idea is good. Like, oh yeah, cheap housing for people who can't afford other housing. Why don't we just make the other housing cheaper? Why is that? Why don't we find ways to make those other housing cheaper? Why this stuff over here? Why this stuff over here? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense to me. Then again, I'm mildly stupid and very autistic. So maybe it's just that makes me not understand it. But I feel like it's just common sense would dictate you don't want to build more of that when you have evidence that it's not a good thing. And that's something I feel like with a lot of things. It's like, there's evidence that smoking is bad. A ton of it. Just smoking in general is bad. Well, there's a couple instances where it's not the worst, and there is some benefits as long as you don't overdo it. But like cigarettes are just like literally my entire generation was like, smoking is bad. And the older generation, slightly older, and the slightly younger, is like, smoking is bad, 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 smoking is bad. Turns 15. All right, time to become a drug addict and go into prostitution. What? I'm sorry, what? We just had that whole conversation about drugs bad. Drugs do bad things. Why? Oh, I'm poor and I'm lacking in money and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm going to spend the small amount of money I have on drugs that I know are bad. So I'll become addicted to those drugs because drugs. What? That's something else I don't get. You're poor, you're homeless, or like some milder degree of other things. Why are you spending money on drugs? You have a house, you have a family, you have a house, you have a place of living, you have a job, you have this. Why are you doing drugs? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? I think you're dumb. And then what's even sillier, it's like, people will be like, oh, but you drink alcohol and that's also a drug. It's like, no, it's only addictive if you're a certain caliber of person. You actually have to be genetically designed to be addicted to alcohol. That's something else that annoys me with stuff like that. It's like, people will be like, oh yeah, you're an alcoholic because you drink a lot. It's like, no. Technically, I'm not an alcoholic. Alcoholics have to have a specific genetic disposition that makes them addicted to alcohol. It's like, there's a Smash player. His name's Mango. He just got in trouble because he went to what was essentially a frat party where women decided to go to as well. That was hosted by his buddy Ludwig. And he did the frat boy thing of gyrating against, like, not against. This is the thing that, from my understanding, from what I saw, it wasn't against the lady's head. It was like about a foot back and to the left from like, if you're looking at it. So I guess it would be her right. And he was like drunk. He was heavily drunk. They had just tested him. He was like way over the limit. So he was like smashed. And so he's a fat boy type of, party guy. And everyone knows this, mind you. Everyone knows this. Everyone's known this for a better half of 20 years. Everyone's known it. Well, probably not 20 years, but roughly 20 years. Everybody's known this. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows that when he goes out into social situations, he drinks a lot. When he's streaming, he drinks. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows he gets into silly shenanigans. Everyone knows. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows this. Okay. Y'all know this. Alright. So, yeah, let's invite that guy to a drinking party, have him get drunk, encourage him to drink more, get him more drunk, and then he ends up doing the fat boy thing of like gyrating his waist slightly behind and to the right of this girl and her friend, technically. And it was in front of the camera because he was doing it because, oh, funny, this will be funny, everyone will laugh and think it is funny. And if this was a frat party where it was a bunch of dude bros, or if this was just the guys' night out and he was doing it to one of the guys, yeah, everyone would probably think it would be funny. I don't think anyone, well, obviously a lot of Zoomers will disagree, but, Zoomers are stupid, coming from an idiot. That's coming from an actual autistic idiot. They are the, I don't know if you care, but I do say occasionally, not often, the dreaded R word, the word retard. I feel like I have the right to say it. So I will dictate when I will say it, by saying it. Because someone really gets that. And I will say, I've said this before and I'll say it again for new people. I'm the reason why that is considered like an evil word. It's my fault. That's my fault. That's my fault. Like, actually, directly, that's my fault. Like, I will legit, like, the whole nationwide ban the R word. And then all the Zoomers were like, yeah, the R word is bad. Like, that was legitimately my fault. I got mad at a friend. Cause he's not really my friend. And like, and he's like, it's like one of those, like, iffy, like one of those friends that it's not your friend. They just hang out in the same friend group as you. So you kind of have to be friends with them. You know what I mean? Like, you have to hang out with them. You have to chat with them. You have to do stuff together with them. But you don't really like them all that much. Like, you don't like each other. But you'll still hang out. And you'll still, like, do stuff together. But it's because of everyone else in the group. Anyway, sadly, no one else in the group. We were in gym class. It was just us. In America, you know. Gym class is whatever. I know in some places gym class is like special. It's like, you guys go over there, you girls go over there, this group of guys go over there, this group of girls go over there, and everyone do their own thing. And it's not like that. It's the most stupid. It's just generic, do sports and games and mess around. And that's it. It's really silly. Go to the track and walk a mile, and that's it. I never thought about it, but gym as a class is really stupid. Like, unless you're actually teaching sports, it's very dumb. Anyway, we were like, everyone was, oh gosh, what was it? I think everyone was changing. And we were both done changing. So we were in the hallway, waiting. Because we were in the same group, I think. Because it was like grouped in like 4 groups for our class, and we were in the same group together. But we had no one else that we were friends with in the same class, so it was just 2 of us. You know, sometimes we were fine together, sometimes we weren't. But that day, he just made me mad. So he did the special needs, like hitting your arm against your chest and going, duh. You know, to be like, oh, you have the special needs. And yes, I do. That's entirely another story. But it's like, he did that to me and called me a retard. And I looked at him and I was like, now that I'm older and I now know I actually have autism, I realized I went into like an autistic rage moment where I really, really, really wanted to like get him back. So I wanted to get in trouble with the teacher because I knew the teacher would get mad that he was trying to insult me. So I went to the gym teacher and I told him he called me a retard, and he did the retard motion, and the teacher was like, "What?" So, you know, halfway through class, I get brought to the principal. I got brought to the principal, not the buddy, not the guy, not the guy I was trying to get in trouble. No, he was fine. No, he didn't get in trouble at all. I was brought to the principal, and I had to explain to a principal, a bunch of boomers, the principal, the vice principal, the gym teacher, someone else. I had to explain to them what retard meant. What the retard motion was. I had to explain to them this. And then I had to explain to them that no, We are not calling actually mental deficient people like stupid. We're not calling them stupid. We're not doing this to them. It's not meant to insult them. It's meant to insult other people. Because if you think about it, you never use that to like on someone that has those disabilities. You're pretty much what you're saying, because like, so you're calling them stupid. I was like, no, you're calling special needs people stupid. I was like, no, you're calling the person with Asperger's over there a stupid and an idiot, and they need to die. And I'm like, no, I didn't say any of those words. None of those words came out of my mouth, good sir. None of those words came out of my mouth. The only words I said was that, no. You know? Because, like, if you think about it for more than 5 seconds, when you say something like that, when, like, you call someone the B word, or you call someone, like, a son of a B, you're not, like, insulting necessarily their mother. What you're saying is that, or like when you call someone a retard, you're not saying that, oh, retards are stupid. What you're saying is that, no, they have a reason why they act the way they do. I have a reason why I act the way I do. We have an excuse. We have a reason for it. You got no reason for that, and you're acting worse. You know? Like, you're acting worse than that. Anyway, immediately after that, like, I think 2 days later, 3 classes got canceled for the entire school. No, not 3 days. It's like a week later. 3 classes got canceled for the entire day. It was the 3 classes, it was the 2 classes, the class before lunch, and then the 2 classes that occur during the lunch period. Because there's one that happens just before that some people will go to all in the middle of, and then there's one that's after it that some people will go to at the beginning of, and then go to that class. Those 3 classes got completely canceled, and the entire school had to go to the gymnasium, or the auditorium, per class, like each individual class, like groups, at a time, and watch a video where they got all the autistic, Asperger's, special needs, what's a couple of the other ones, Down syndrome, we had 2 of those, I already said Asperger's, what's another one? Oh god, what's another one? Autistic, like heavily autistic, special needs. Disability list. Can I get some actual words? What do you mean that being a dwarf counts you as having special needs? No one will look at a dwarf and go, yeah, that dwarf has special needs. No, they will say that dwarf is a dwarf. They are tiny. They are a midget. I like you, little midget man. You are cool. That's India! Why the hell am I getting sent to India? No one will look at someone who's deaf or who's blind and say they have special needs. No, that's not when someone says special needs. That's not who they're talking about. That is not who they're talking about at all. Can I get the actual disabilities? Thank you. These are slightly better. ADHD? Yeah, that's one. That's one. That's one when we say retard. That's who we're thinking about. That's one of them. Anyway. That's one of them. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So we all got into the auditorium. We're watching it. And they got all these special needs kids up on this monitor up this big screen, and they have like the special needs teacher being like, oh no, don't say the R word. Cut the R word out of your vocabulary. You're going to hurt these poor kids' feelings. Don't say the R word. Respect special needs individuals. And then it's like, they had all the special needs kids all in the thing. It's like, one after the other going, don't say the R word. Don't say the R word. Don't say that. Be nice. That's mean. That's a terrible word. Stop it. And then, that's like 30 minutes. And we're all sitting there. We're all like, we don't care. We don't care. We really don't care. It ends. We all get out. Funny enough, all of my friend group were all together. And funny enough, we were friends with like half of the special needs kids. Because one of the people in our friend groups, the brother, had Asperger's? No, not Asperger's. Yeah, no. It was the other one. There's Asperger's, Down syndrome, and then there's one other one that's like the big one. It's like, because there's like autism, ADHD, like low tier autism and ADHD, and like those are like the little baby ones. And then there's like Asperger's, Down syndrome, and there's one other one. And I don't remember what the other one is, but I think he had the other one. And he walks up to us with his little group of, friends, like all the special needs kids. And we walk up to him, and it's like, yo, that was kind of, what was all that about? Like, do you guys, like, what do you guys say? And the brother Lee stares at us and says, that was the most effing retarded thing I have ever had to do. It made me want to kill myself. Like, and that was the agreed position on all of them. They were all so ridiculously embarrassed that they had to get onto a big screen and tell a bunch of their friends and peers that they are very upset over a word that they use actively, repeatedly, and they could care less about. It's their words, they can use it. I personally don't feel that way. Technically, it's my word too. I could care less. Like, it's a word. Who cares? Like, you hear that word 5 miles away and it makes you want to dash towards them and punch them in the face. That's very, very low IQ. Like, it is a word. It is a word that you are actively giving the power to control you. Why? Once again, this might be because I'm heavily autistic that I'm unable to understand this, but it doesn't make sense to me. Now, mind you, this happened before it became a nationwide thing. This was literally the start of it. This was literally the start of it. Dash for 5 miles to punch someone? Oh, I have so many videos. I have so many videos to share with you. Of grown adults beating children. But yeah, it's like, it's a word, and I don't, there's several words like that, and we all know the word I'm implying here by when I say that. Hi again. Hi, Matthew. By the way, yeah, hi. I remember you. Michael Applesauce Man, right? Michael Applesauce. I do remember you. You could have ended it before it spread. Unironically, it was my fault that, like, the adults learned about the word. It was my fault that became a nationwide, like, thing. And that's why Zoomers now freak the hell out over that word. Because they became, like, what would you call it? They became, like, like squishy. They became very squishy. Like everything offends them, everything freaks them the hell out. They're like jittery little chihuahuas that are about to have a heart attack because someone farted the wrong way. Like, that's Zoomers. That is literally Zoom. You either have Giga Chad Based Man or like Chihuahua vibrating themselves into a heart attack. No in between. Like, literally no in between. And it's so crazy because you, like, unironically, you either you meet a Zoomer and you have to coin flip. Okay, if I say hello, is this person going to say, yo, what up, and give me a high five, and then we're going to become best friends? Or is this person going to have a panic attack, grab a bat, and proceed to bash their own skull in? Like, this is a 50-50 chance here, and I really do not like my odds on 50-50s. TikTok and Coco Man also hasn't helped, giving them low in and attention spans. I'm gonna be honest, I legitimately don't think it was TikTok and Coco Melon. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think it was TikTok and Coco Melon. I just think that a predominantly large amount of younger generations has had their IQ drop and has developed minor degrees of very, very slight autism that has, like, morphed their ability to properly interact with other people. And I think that's what it is. And a lot of that, funny enough, a lot of that is caused by literally just been made public information. A lot of that is because of certain vaccines and the stuff that gets put into the foods. The chemical preservatives and dyes. Which is why they are no longer, which is why Mr. Kennedy Man is no longer putting those in them. God, it's so funny just seeing the headline. Robert Kennedy exposes hepatitis vaccine causing autism spike 1,350% amongst minors. It's like, what do you mean that's a real headline and that's like real and true? What do you mean Alex Jones was right again? What? I'm sorry, what? That's silly. He shouldn't be. He's crazy. But he's right again. Stop it. Stop it, universe. It's not funny. And it's so funny, too, that, like, the second he got in there, he went, okay, companies, stop poisoning people. And then everyone went, and then all the companies went, yeah, you're probably right. And then immediately stopped that. Like, within the next year, there will be no, like, all the dyes are in all of our foods, not going to be in them anymore. Like, once this batch of product is gone, it's not going to be in it anymore. And a bunch, like, preservatives, certain preservatives are not going to be in our food anymore. Once it gets through the batch, it's not going to be there anymore. I'm actually legitimately curious if he's going to, like, make it so that, not as many vaccines are mandatory. He literally called that a stunt and we shouldn't make that guy right. You know, I've always meant to actually look into that entire thing. I've been meaning to look into that entire thing. You know, I've really meant to, because there's a lot of misinformation with that whole debacle. Like a lot that is in that whole debacle. Like, the reason why he got sued was not because he was saying X, Y, and Z. but because other people did things because of what he said. And that's the reason why he wasn't being sued for fault, like defamation. He wasn't being sued for lying about people. You know, he was sued for a actual silly amount of money because he said a thing and people who watched him went crazy and proceeded to attack people. And that's what he was being sued over. And the parents really did not like him. Like, really did not like him. Like, he straight up apologized to them. He was like, you know, I didn't mean to, like, offend you as much as I did. I said these things. I didn't mean to, you know. At the time, I thought X, Y, and Z. You know, sorry. And they went, we don't care. We want you to die. And what's really, really funny is that, because of, was it The Onion? Because of The Onion, they got no money. Because The Onion committed financial crimes, those families got no money from Alex Jones. None. That's the funniest part of that whole thing. He had to sell InfoWars because he did not have the, what was it, $450 million? Seriously? Yeah. No, yeah. Unironically. Okay, so Alex Jones was forced to sell InfoWars because he didn't have the money to pay the families. So the judge said, you're going to have to sell off your assets. So he had to sell his house, he had to go into selling a bunch of his assets. And one of those is InfoWars. So InfoWars was put on the judicial market, or whatever you want to call it. Essentially up on sale through the judicial system, you know. Probably through like a third party that got the rights to sell it. Well, the judge that presided over the case was confronted by The Onion and was undersold. Was pretty much told him, hey, we'll buy it, and then we'll buy it for a cheaper price and give that money to the families if we get guaranteed we get to buy it. And the judge went, yeah, you're not allowed to do that. You're not actually allowed to do that, actually. Because what it was, instead of it going into bidding, The Onion went around that, went to the judge and to the families, and without Alex Jones' permission, without a court's decision, was pretty much tried to work around that. And the worst part about it is they did not have the money to buy InfoWars. So Alex Jones appealed it, saying that this was unfair and that they cannot do that. And the courts went, yeah, no, that's a crime. You kind of can't do that. So he got to keep InfoWars. I don't know how much he actually had to sell off, but he did not have to file for bankruptcy. He got to keep InfoWars, and I'm pretty sure he got to keep most of the rest of his stuff. Like, I don't think he ended up having to sell a whole lot. I do think he did have to give, I think he did end up giving some money to the families. It wasn't a whole lot, I don't think, from the original amount. The original amount was like 450 million, I think, some ridiculous amount. Like, some ridiculous amount one individual will never have, even if he owns a company. Like, a ridiculous, like, I think it was even more than, I think it was almost $1 billion. It was like, I'm pretty sure it was over $500 million. Like, no one has that much individual income, like, individual, like, stuff. And that was such a gross over amount for what he did. Like, it was essentially we're going to make up of a random number. Or was it 1 decillion? It wasn't that much. It was a ridiculous amount, but it was an amount that would be realistically obtainable for someone actually wealthy. Alex Jones was not actually wealthy, but it was a ridiculous amount. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, so he got to keep that, and I think the family ended up getting almost nothing after court fees. Because it was like, what, 10 families, I think it was, that was supposed to split the money. And none of them got a lot. I think they probably all got like $1 million each, which is a lot for a family, mind you, per family. But, like, that's reasonable. Like, honestly, like, that's actually reasonable. Like, to say, oh yeah, $10 million for something like, yeah. All Alex Jones did was say stupid stuff that got people to do something stupid and harass a family. Harass a bunch of families. Like, okay. Fair. You know. Now, mind you, I think he also got on harassment. Like, criminal harassment, I think. I know it was 6 charges. 4 of them was around what other people did in his name because of what he said, and then 2 of them were things that he directly did, and I think those 2 were probably actually stuff that he should have gotten in trouble for. Like, one of them was for public harassment, because he would go to their house like a month after it happened and scream at them, like a bunch of the families. And yeah, he probably should have gotten in trouble for that one because he was doing it and he was getting money off of doing that because he was recording it and posting it online for his show. Yeah, he should have gotten in trouble for that because that is just harassment and that's not good. But then, like, the one where, like, other people were, like, trying to break into the family's houses because they thought the family were, like, federal agents. So they were trying to, like, break into their houses and get proof of that. He shouldn't have gotten in trouble for that. He shouldn't have gotten in trouble for, like, saying the words because they're not. Because it's like, it is a counter idea. If he did, it shouldn't have been a whole lot, like, very minor amounts of trouble, because that's kind of, like, he shouldn't have said it, at least, if he was going to say, he should have said it way after, not, like, a month after. You know what I mean? But, like, it's really weird. I don't like defamation. Like, because you need to be able to say what you want to say. But, like, if you're saying it maliciously, then yeah. But, like, what he was doing it was technically malicious, but, like, not intentionally malicious. You know what I mean? Like, he was saying it as if, like, he was a news reporter stating a fact. He was trying to state a fact that he believed was a fact based on what he knew or what he believed. And it's like, he wasn't, like, saying it as a lie, because part of defamation is it has to be a lie done maliciously. And he actually believed these things and thought that X, Y, and Z was proof. So you can't say that it was defamation But they tried to say it was, or like something similar to that, like a criminal defamation, like malicious, illegal kind, not just like civil court kind, like super civil court, whatever. And like he actually believed that stuff. It wasn't like he was saying it to like, you know, try to get the families like in trouble. Like he legitimately thought the families agreed with the federal government to stage a public incident as a means to create public discourse to allow for greater government involvement and control over firearms. Which, yes, I can believe the federal government would pay a bunch of families to allow their kids to die. I can believe that. I would not walk up to a family that just had their kid lost, stare at them in their face, and scream, "You are a federal asset." I would not do that. That is very silly. That is very stupid, and it's probably not going to make them very happy. Especially when you're not going to prove that. There's no way you're going to prove that unless you storm the federal government and rip the information out of their hands. You're not going to get that information. So it's better to just be like, yeah, I could see that happening. You know, this one was probably like that, but you know, there's no way for me to prove it or have enough information to prove it. So it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You know? It's very silly. Very silly. Alex Jones is a very silly man. I swear to God, he is 100%. He's 100% like actually heavily mentally disabled. I swear. He has to be. He has to be. By the way, the Diddy got found. Yeah, yep. That's the funny thing about it. Because if you actually look at it, well, this is the funny thing. If you actually look at the information, those were the only two charges that you could realistically go, yeah, he did that. Because the other charges were quite literally impossible to put him on. Because it was like, oh God, what were they? What were the other charges? Because it was, the two counts he got caught on were the 2 counts of intent to traffic prostitution, I think, were the 2 counts. I think that was the 2 counts. I think. I'm actually going to look it up because I actually don't know. Because I know the other ones, no. Alright, NBC, give me the information. And don't throw up an ad or some stupid stuff. No, he didn't get got for the illegal, thing. Found it on 2, Yep, it was the prostitution charges, yeah. He had 6 charges. Oh, God. I'd like to see what the 6 charges were. I'd like to see what the 6 charges actually were. Because he had 6 charges, and I don't remember what... Okay. Oh no, it was 5. So I thought it was 6. Now, mind you, this is probably this is the Google AI thing. So this could be wrong. Oh, okay. Hey, BBC, tell me. Okay. He was okay. It was accused, has ended with 2 guilty verdicts and an acquittal on 3 others. The rapper was convicted on 2 counts of transportation for prostitution. which was one individual count. It was 2 counts of the same thing, transportation for prostitution, but it was on 2 separate people, which would why it's 2 separate counts of the same thing. The other 3 counts were 1 count of racketeering, and then 2 other counts of trafficking. So, okay, yeah, here it is. So it was 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, one for individual Cassandra and 1 for Jane, and then 1 of each transportation for prostitution. Those were the 2 that he got on. It was the trafficking and the racketeering that he was not caught on. Because on trial, they brought the women out, and the women literally went, yeah, we did it. We knew what we were doing. We knew what he was going to have us do. We were doing it. Hey, should I leave? If you wanna. It's up to you, buddy. I know what I'm talking. I usually don't talk about this serious stuff, but I'm tired. And my mind is running at a million miles now, so I'm just saying words at this point. I'm literally just saying words. Like, literally, words are coming out of my mouth before I'm thinking. Okay, I'ma say that's hilarious, though. That one's hilarious. That is actually hilarious. But yeah, honestly, if I'm gonna be honest, he got verdict on the 2 things he should have, and he got acquitted on the 3 things he should have. Because if you have the 2 people that go, he is forcing us to go into prostitution, we were being forced to do this, and then you put them on the stand and they both stare at you and they go, yeah, we knew what we were doing, yeah. Yeah, we wanted to do it. What? Like, you're not gonna get those 2 charges. Those 2 are gonna drop. Easily. That's like textbook, what the hell are you doing? And then the racketeering one is essentially, hey, Diddy, did you have a sex kingdom? And all of it was happening at parties. They were going to a party, people will go, hey, if you give me money, I'll do the Diddy. And at the Diddy party. And people were like, okay, and then gave them money, and then they went and did the Diddy. That's not on Diddy? Unless you can actually prove that Diddy, like, brought them together and went, alright, you're going to give this person this money, and they just didn't. And there was no evidence for that. At least from my understanding, and that's why he was acquitted of that one. And I think it's kind of silly that everyone's going, oh no, this is the worst thing ever. When it's like, yeah, he got gone the things that he should have, and he didn't get gone the things he shouldn't. Unless there's evidence that we don't know of and is missing. Like, yeah, makes sense. Sucks, you know. It's kind of sucks, yeah. But like, and this is like same thing with the Wittenhouse thing. It's like any normal person should be able to sit down, stare at this, and go, yeah, that makes sense. Like you can just watch it. You can just sit down and just see the information that has been compiled in front of you and go, yeah, this makes sense. It's like very like unironically, I've looked at several like court stuff before, and most of them you can stop, sit down, stare at it, and go, yeah, that makes sense. Like very rarely will you ever sit down with a court case or a court thing, be given the information, stare at the information, stare at the individuals, and then be like, ah, man, this is hard. I'm actually not sure. It could go either way. Like, no, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be kind of obvious what they're actually guilty of, if they're guilty at all. You know? It's like with the Trump thing. Like, everyone knew he was going to be, like, found guilty of all the stuff because it was an unfair trial. Like, there was no way you could get an unbiased in public opinion. Okay, you know what? This is something I realized about a court system that is a legitimate flaw. If someone is so publicly, like, is such a public individual, it is impossible to have a fair trial because everyone will know who this individual is, and almost everyone will have a opinion on that individual that is of an extreme, you know? Like, an example would be like, what's his face? If the glove does not fit, you shall acquit guy. What's his name? I forget his name. That whole debacle where one group of people went, oh yeah, he's not guilty, and another group of people went, oh, he's guilty, and no one actually looked at the evidence or cared for the evidence. They only looked at one thing about the individual or of who the individual is, and when he's not guilty or he's guilty. It's impossible to have a fair trial. It is. It's legitimately impossible. Like, how do you try an individual like that? Trump is the same way. Many politicians are like that. Because if you put on the bench any number of Republicans for a Democrat or any number of Democrats for a Republican, and you have that information, you know that's what they are, you're not going to get you're not going to get a fair, you're just not. There's no way to be able to get a fair trial. The only court in reality that you could argue is not biased under a technicality would be the Supreme Court, and that's purely because they got in. They could care less what anyone says. They cannot be kicked off the bench. There is no way for them to be kicked off the bench. The only way for a Supreme Court justice to be kicked off the bench by anyone is if, oh God, I think it is a 2/3 majority vote in both House and Senate, and the president, and like 6 other things. Like, it almost has to be like a ridiculous amount. And just the way the system works, that's never going to happen. So there's like realistically no reason for like a Supreme Court judge to care about anything. And you can see that in the court. Like the conservative picks that Trump put in, they don't care if it's against what Trump likes. They don't care if it's for something that Trump likes. They're going to vote how they believe, and that's how they run. Like, the only justices you could sit down and go, yeah, they have a bias. Technically. And it's just because of the way they understand law, more so, is Sotomayor, Thomas, not Thomas. God, what's the black guy's name? Is it Thomas? Yeah, it is Thomas. Thomas Alito? Is it Alito? I think it's Alito. Yeah. Alito, Sotomayor, Thomas, and oh God, who is the other one? There's one on the Democrat side that's like almost universally sides with like one like specific like ideological like side. Gosh. Is it brown? I think it's brown. No, it's not brown. It's the other one. What's the other one's name? Kagan? Kagan! It's Kagan. Someone had a trial that was also rushed and mishandled. You mean Thomas? Back in like the 40s, I think. Or not 40s, 60s, or whenever that was, yeah. But that was also during Jim Crow period. So he was probably thrown up there because, you know, they didn't like him like that. But yeah, it's Kagan, Alito, Thomas, and Sotomayor. No. No, it's not Sotomayor. No. Is it Jackson? I don't remember. I think it's Jackson. Either Sotomayor or Jackson's. Yeah, it was a black woman. Yeah, it was the 80s. It was a black woman. It was a dude. It was the chick. She was. It was the girl he was dating at the time or had relations with. And she accused him of assaulting her because she didn't want to have relations with him in that way at that time, and he got mad, and it got thrown out because, you know, there was no evidence. It was a he said, she said, and it was, yeah, rushed because there was no evidence. You know, God, I'm actually seeing it, and I cannot remember because one of the justices on the liberal side, either Jackson or Sotomayor, I do not remember which, will occasionally agree with the conservatives on certain specific issues. Gorsuch will agree with the liberals when it comes. No, is it Gorsuch? Is it Kavanaugh? I think it's Gorsuch because Gorsuch is a libertarian who is a heavy supporter of Native Americans. So if it has anything to do with the environment or Native Americans, he will side with the liberals because the liberals would side with his opinions on that. So when it's something like that, you know he's going to lean that way. And then with the newest one, Barrett, she will side with the liberals and the Chief Justice, which that's kind of silly, on issues where it becomes a public disturbance if it was to be decided upon, except for apparently abortion, which you'd think she would have sided on, you know, the other. You think she would, but apparently she didn't on that one. Even though every single time a court cases came up with her, that would have a wide range of political, like, and socio-economic, like, discourse that would cause, you know, problems because one side be very upset. She would go with the other side for stuff like that, like out of political, not like of because of social pressure. And then the right wing Twitter will go and make 100 women jokes and make fun of her for like an hour. And yeah, a lot of those were funny, but also like it's not shocking. We all know how she votes. We all knew how she voted before. But anyway, it's bothering me that I don't. It is legitimately bothering me because the that's Alito. I swear. Wait. No. Wait. No, Alito's the. Wait. No, I'm feeling crazy. Wait, no. No, okay, no, it wasn't Sotomayor. No, it wasn't. No, yeah, it was Sotomayor. No, it was Jackson. It was Jackson. Was it Jackson? No, I swear there was one of the liberals that. No, it was Sotomayor. No, was it? God, I don't remember now. You know, unironically, this is actively bothering me. The app below, based on data from the Supreme Court database, shows this and to approximate the ideological leans of Supreme Court justices is by the political party of the president who appointed them. And it's like presidents appear to be reasonably successful in extending their policy preferences by appointing like-minded justices to the court. So they found that justices appear to deviate over time away from the president who appointed them. In 1999, Pinello conducted a meta-analysis of 84 studies of American courts covering 200,000 cases adjudicated since World War II and found that political party affiliation was a dependable indicator of rulings. Democratic judges voted in favor of liberal solutions more often than Republican judges did, especially in federal courts. The graph below, based on data from the Supreme Court database, shows this partisan split in all the non-unanimous decisions made by the Supreme Court in the terms from 1937 to 2023, in which there was a specifically ideological direction. Justices appointed by Republican presidents generally cast liberal votes much less frequently than justices appointed by Democrat presidents. At the top of this graph, the 7 justices, including 2 Chief Justices marks CJ, and 2 current justices with solid red bars, who cast the lowest percentage of liberal votes were, Thomas and Alito, were all appointed by Republican presidents. At the bottom of the graph, the 3 justices, including 1 current justice. Oh, let me guess. Wait, actually, I'm curious. Where was Ruth Bader get? Wow, she was at very close to the bottom. Not as far down as I thought she'd be. Who cast the highest percentage of liberal votes who were appointed by Democrats. The current justices are near the extremes for this period, with all 6 Republicans appointed justices near the top, and the 3 Democrat appointed justices near the bottom. Down below shows the number of justices sitting in the Supreme Court who were appointed by Democrat and Republican presidents. The court had 7 justices appointed by Republican presidents, and 2 appointed, The president then filled the Supreme Court with 8 appointees in the late 30s and 40s and promoted Chief Justice Harlan F. Stone, who had originally been appointed to the court by Republican President Calvin Coolidge. Neat. But okay. Yeah, I thought this was all interesting. I know I just literally read a Wikipedia thing, but whatever. But yeah, on a non-political note, Blade is finally coming in. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm mad he doesn't have a gun. I'm mad he doesn't have a gun. Why does he have a flaming sword using the power of the Phoenix? That's silly. Why am I losing frames? Why do I now have 20,000 frames? Why am I now back to normal degrees of frames? Yeah, why does he have a fire sword? Why is he using a fire sword with the power of the god of Phoenix god, Phoenix god? Why doesn't he have a gun? Why does he bite a lady? Is he into that? Uh. Silly. Silly. Anyway. I don't know. Comics thing. I didn't even read maybe. You know what? That's fair. You know what? I'm going to look it up. Does Blade use a flaming sword? Blade does not wield a flaming sword. He primarily uses a katana-style sword opted with silver, other specialized blades for fighting vampires. Yeah, that sounds normal. Why does he have a sword? Why does he not use guns? What do you mean Blade is British? What do you mean this fire sword is Dracula's? Why did Dracula have a sword made of fire? Why? That's silly. Sword is cooler? No. Well, yes, but that was still silly. Like, it's just silly. It's just silly. It's silly. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I literally have not played the game. I literally played it for an hour and have been talking about political garbage, Alex Jones, and the federal government's evil. I feel like I'm just Windigoon at this point. Jack is a reoccurring. Yes, but why does he have a flaming sword and why did Blade take it? I mean, yeah, he killed Dracula, but why would you take Dracula's cool flaming sword when you have a cooler, pure silver katana that you know how to use? I don't know. Seems kind of silly. Seems kind of silly. Oh God, I'm sleepy. Oh, I'm ready to sleep. I'm ready to sleep. Uh, what? Okay. Anyway, are you a chance? Not a big fan of the government. 40 on 40 on 40. Not a big fan of the government. 40 on 40 on 40. Not a big fan of the government. No, I'm not. How could you tell? Cause it's cool? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong, it is. Flaming sword is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Though, you know what'd be cooler? A sword made of pure ice. That'd be pretty cool, too. I'm dead. I am dead. I am dead. I am dead. Okay. God, I keep forgetting it's the meme. Hi, from Family's House. Hi, Sting. I'm probably going to stream here in a minute. I've streamed for 2.5 hours. I've streamed for 2.5 hours. I think that's good enough. Now, mind you, half that time was me talking about my hatred for the government and Alex Jones, and special needs children, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Fine. It's fine. Why would I stream for any longer now? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Nah. Why would I do that? That's silly. That's silly. You know, there's something I wanted to talk about that I completely forgot I wanted to talk about. I'll remember it now. The archive is on Steam. High-res chibi cute and fun. Cute and funny. Guys, Hoyo anime. Oh god, I hate Hoyoverse. No, do not mention Hoyoverse. I despise Hoyoverse. I do not like Hoyoverse. I do not like MiHoYo. I think MiHoYo is a plague on the ecosystem. And if Stop Killing Games killed any game, I would hope it would be MiHoYo. DCZ is good? No, it's not. It has 2 separate gachas, like all the rest of them, with individual gacha pulls that are both limited for a very small period of time that do not carry over. Wait, no, they do. That's the only good thing that they do, is that it does carry over. But you have to pull, like, what is it? 6 of them? What? You had to pull 6 of them. I love gacha games. I do too. But I like them when they're actually good. And this, you know what's really funny? Kahankai Impact 3rd and Star Rail. You're forgetting another. Gain one more that's not global anymore. But I believe it's still going in JP. You're missing one. And no one knows about this one because they don't talk about it. Nobody talks about it. We don't talk about it. Yep. It's Gun Gill Z. I believe it is. It's Gun Gill Z. Is it Gun Z or is it Gun Gill Z? I thought it was Gun Gill Z. You can aspect everything without pulling multiple times. You don't need it. Snake. 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 It's not how that works. Snake. I can S rank. I can S rank. I can S rank. I can S rank these nuts across your face. Ow! That don't matter. Yeah, I know. I played it. S rank these nuts across your face. that made me giggle. What? What? I was thinking. I forgot what I was thinking about. But, all of them have the same problem of 2 separate gachas that are both necessary to pull on if you're wanting to actually get the thingies. It's not like it's just one gacha. Oh, hey, they had a Monica collab. They've had a lot of collabs. That aren't necessarily in ZZZ. People need, okay, Snake. You can do a lot of you can do stuff without stuff. But to get stuff, you need stuff. You know, why? It's like, you say that and then it's like, okay, then why pull on anything? And a Honkai Impact 3rd had an Evangelion collab. Yep. It's like, why pull on anything? Hell, in Limbus, you can do almost all content with the base sinners. Why pull on anything ever then? Because you want to play with the new stuff. You want to play with the stuff. You need to play with the stuff. You know? Like, the heckin', like, okay. Y'all know Nikki? Yeah, I do. I stopped playing Nikki. Like, I got a cute dress. I went, I like this dress. I saw the next 6 dresses that were coming out, and I went, I don't want those dresses. And then I stopped playing. Unironically. I just get the characters I like and just ignore the, weapons. Okay? Nike! Oh! The booty game. The booty cheeks game. Yeah, that's trash. You mean the bad game? Doesn't change much? Oh, sweet summer child. Oh, sweet summer child. Oh, sweet summer child. Try that game, hate it? Yeah. There should be a genre of games that are not games. Because half of the gacha games in existence are that. They're not games. They are hit a button and then you're done. GG. Like, the Lost Words is that. You don't actually do anything. You press button and then done. But then it changes these emotes without copies or engine. Like, okay, Snake, you don't, you seem to be confused here. Lost Word gets hella hard. Okay, yeah, I know. I played it. A lot, actually. Like, obsessively so. I spent a lot of money that I really shouldn't have on it. Because I was depressed and it was making me happy. But a lot of it was quite literally get the newest thing for that thing and then slot it in and then beep bop boop bop bam. You don't miss a Snake, you don't understand. You don't understand. You do not understand. It's not content. It's FOMO. None of the things that Hoyoverse releases into their gacha, they bring back. And if they do, they bring it back once every, like, couple years. Maybe if you're lucky. It is one of the most anger-inducing things that ever makes me mad. And that is adding new things to the gacha and then having it limited to just that gacha, and then having almost all of your gachas be that. A lot of gachas do that, and it pisses me right the hell off. They constantly rerun ZZZ characters. Snake, you do not understand. I feel woman! I am dealing with a woman! Or I'm heavily autistic. But probably the first one! No! It doesn't matter that you know a tall Asian! It does not matter that you know a tall Asian! You are heavily autistic? I mean, yes. Recent Saga... Oh, yeah. Okay, that one's actually pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. That one is pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. Anyway. Snake. I'll give you a perfect example. Genshin comes out. First banner. Klee. Was it Klee? That's her name, right? Klee? Bomb Lolly? Yes. Klee gets released. First banner. Alright. First banner. Done. Oh, where's Klee now? I didn't play during the first couple weeks. Where I like this Klee chick. Where can I get her? Oh. Her banner's already done. You can't get her now. What? Yeah, the banner's done. Want this new banner with this new character. I think it was Tartiglius. I think? Was it Tartiglius was second? I think... I think Tori was second. I think Tori was second next. Was it? No, Venti was first. Venti was first. Yeah, Venti was first. My bad. Venti was first. I was correct, though. It was Tartaglia was next. I was right on that. Targ was next. I was right on that. But Venti was first. What, Mona in her butt? Too bad. Well, no, Mona was a base game thing. Like, you get her in the store. You're guaranteed. No. Oh, no. Mona was general. Mona is general pool. Mona is general pool. Alright, so. Wait, hold on. I'm actually going to take a look at this. Hold on. I need to actually see this. Where's a Chi-Chi? Okay. Alright, yeah. Okay. So. In Wanderlust Invocation, as the general. Characters. They have added 3 characters to the general pool that are the 5 stars. They have added a bunch of the 4 stars. I think they've added all of the 4 stars, actually, to the general pool, I think it looks like. It looks like they've added all the 4 stars to the general pool. They have added exactly 3 people to the general pool of the 5 stars. Dea, Umi Mizuki, and Tignari. That too, events do not get rerun too. That also pisses me off. And their story is related to, like, they are actually story related. And same deal with the weapons. Literally no weapons got added. No weapons got added to the weapon general pool. So the weapon general pool is just not even worth bothering to pull on. Alright, so let's go to Klee. Let's say I started about a month. Let's go to Venti. So let's say I start playing on October the 20th. Let's say I start playing on October the 20th. So Venti's banner is done. Alright. So I saw the game. I went, okay, that's a cool game. And then I saw it like a month after it released. And I saw, oh, Venti, that's a cool character. That's a cool character. I want that character. How do I get this character? Where do I get him? Like, is there a band? Do I just get a low chance of getting him? Like, what's up? And I get told to my face, oh, you don't. It's like, oh, what do you mean? It's like, oh, he was in the banner at launch. He's not here no more. You can't get him anymore. What do you mean I can't get him anymore? Yeah, good luck with that. What? Oh no. So, you wanna know when the next time he was made available? March 17th, 2021. About, what would that be? September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 7 months later, he was made available. Guess when the next time after that he was made available? A year later, on March 30th. Guess when the next time he was made available again? September. Not worry about getting every single character. It's not about getting every single character. It's about you go into a game going, oh, I like this character. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do you one better. On release, Ellen came out. On release, Ellen came out. Ellen is not available right now. If I did not start playing on release and I started playing a month after release, guess when the next time I would have been able to get Ellen, the character I started playing the game because I saw them in a commercial or I saw a YouTuber's video and it had this character and I thought they were cool and I wanted to play them. Guess when the next time I'd be able to get them? January. Guess what would happen if I was not able to get her during that January 22nd to February 12th period? Or, let's say I was off doing something, say, going to Sicily for like half that time. And I didn't know she was going to be available at that time, so I had no money for it, or I did not have any saved currency. Guess what? SOL. I would be out of luck. I would not be able to get the character I played the game for. That is stupid, and I do not understand why people give money to a company that actively shoots themselves in the face. Saying it's not kind of the point. That, that's like saying, oh, that one just poisoned you. That fruit, that in this bucket of fruit, this fruit poisoned you. But that's fine. Why don't you just go? Oh, this fruit could have poisoned you. You almost took a bite out of it, but you stopped, and it could have poisoned you. But why don't you just go to the next fruit? That one probably won't poison you. Was that poison one in that bucket with the rest? Is that one like did they all are they all together? It's like, yeah. Like, do you not see how this is not just regular degrees of predatory, but like extra degrees of predatory, like to an excessive degree? Especially when none of these characters, none of these weapons, none of these things are unique or special in any way. You know what? Now that I've said that, I'm curious. I'm legitimately curious about this. Uma Musume. Because I remember reading that it said TM Opera was going to be added to the general pool. Can I see the newest one? Can I see the newest gotcha? Okay, let's go back to beginning, I guess. Alright, the bourbon one. Yep, TM Opera was added to general. Mihono Bourbon was added to general. Biwa was added to general. It was Biwa. Biwa was added to general. Anime Collab was added to general. Kern was added to general. Smart Falcon was added to general. Alright, the one I really want to know is the wedding ones were added to general. So Uma Musume adds all of theirs to general. So if you miss the pickup where you have a significantly higher chance of being able to get them, and being able to actually, if you pull enough, just get them immediately. In ZZZ and all the MiHoYo games and a lot of gacha games, once it's done, you're never going to get a chance again unless the gods decide they're going to give you a chance. And you better hope you pull enough times to get them. Oh, this character that doesn't get any of the unique stuff unless you pull 4 of them. I'm looking at you. Not Targilius. It was the one after him. Buff Daddy. Whatever the heck. Oh, you didn't pull enough of him? Oh, he is effectively useless. Good luck. You're never gonna be, but here it's like, oh, I pulled on I pulled and didn't get the anime collabs. Well, you can still just accidentally pull them on the other banners for all of eternity. You can still pull and get them for all eternity. For all eternity. Mm. And that's ridiculous that not more gacha games do this. Like, that's very silly. I'm trying to find a deserted island one because that's funny. That's funny. Okay. You know, that's not the banner. That one. Oh, yeah, there we go. Like, they all get added to the general. And that's awesome. Czemu mnie recommend? Oh yeah, I got recommended to you? Wait, why did I get recommended to you? Fiemboi всякие. Хорошо? Actually, I don't know what всякие means. What does that mean? Oh, all sorts. Okay. Sakura-san? Wait, what? Sakura-san? Wait, what? But I'm not! That's Snake! That's Snake! Goober? That's Snake. Those are titties. Snake doesn't have those. For you page? Yeah, I don't know why I got recommended. The only thing I can think of I got recommended to a Russian is because I have in my description I know a little Russian, and I do very little. I can read it. I'm confused. Oh, so RG Many said, why was I recommended? Why was I brought here based on recommendation? Is essentially what that first comment is. Че у меня вы recommendациях is recommendation, which is the recommended system. Че у меня is pretty much why was I, essentially. Like, why was this brought to my attention? And then Femboy Psyche, yeah. Some sort of femboy? And I said, no, that's Snake. I have titties. Snake doesn't. Very simple. It's funny. Ladnoy. Uh... Ladnoy. Ladnoy. Da. But здравствуйте. Why is your name RG Many Sixes? It's about 8. I don't know. I don't freaking know. It's not 8. It's currently not that where I live. But I don't know why your name's that if you're speaking Russian. Why do you not have like a Russian name? Like, I don't know. Also, if anyone is curious, my name is not technically Russian, but Vinograd is a feminized version of the word for grape in Russian, which is Vinograd. Vinograd. Thanks, Vinograd. Wait, hold on. Let me actually... Yes, it is is a feminized version of the word grape, because grape is a masculine word in Russian. It's vinograd. So if you take the beginning vinograd, vinogr, and then add a feminine ending, which would be and make it vinograd, that is technically a feminine word. It's complete horsewash, but I wanted my last name to be grape, and I wanted it to be not English, and I knew Russian, and I didn't want it to be a masculine last name. Я не знаю английского, мне никто предъявил. I don't know English. And then I don't know what предъявил means. Didn't want to use Japanese like most VTubers? Yep. Pretty much. And I'm honestly kind of glad I didn't make it just like an actual Russian word. Came up with. Oh, yeah, it's something I came up with. But yeah, my problem with Russian is I don't have a large vocabulary. Oh yeah, Glug, his friend, came up with. But my problem is I just don't have the vocabulary. I haven't spoken it. I haven't been to Russia in so long. I haven't needed to know it. You play Osu Mania? No. I do not play Osu. Oh, your friend Nick. Oh, yeah, it's the word Nick. Why did you not uppercase the N? I don't know English. But my friend... Oh, but your friend Nick came up with the idea for the name. Oh, okay. So, what he says, I don't know English. Well, essentially what he's saying is, I don't know English, but my friend, Nick, came up with my name, which is RG Many Sixes. It's about 8. I don't freaking know. But yeah, I just need help with the vocabulary, which is what funny enough, Google Translate's actually very useful for. Like, as long as you know how to construct a sentence, you can use Google Translate, and like, if you understand how words function, you can use Google Translate to get the words. Or if you're reading it and you don't know a word or two, or like a phrase, you can use Google Translate to get that. Like, teachers tell you not to and say, oh, it's not going to give you what you need. But if you know the language, a translation app to translate certain words will straight up help you. Can I learn Japanese from Google Translate? Yeah, that's believable. Hell, most foreigners don't learn English through proper English learning ways. They learn English because they watched Top Gun and the Die Hard. Most foreigners learn English because they watched Top Gun and saw the movie Die Hard. And I'm not joking. I kind of wish I was. Like a lot of Japanese English, like people who know English now Japanese, learned it because they watched those movies. And Commando, apparently. Probably a joke movie in Japan. Yeah, it was Commando was the one for Japan. Okay, I was like, oh, come on. I was having fun. But thank you. I actually really love Russia. I wish the whole shenanigans with Russia wasn't happening right now. So I could go back, because I've been there before. And Russia's actually really neat because it's one of the few countries where you go there, and as long as you attempt to speak the language, they will like literally not bend over backwards to help you, but they will like actually try. Like there's a lot of countries where they'll do whatever, but like there'll be some countries where if you don't try to speak the language, they will not help you. They will treat you like trash. They will not care. But if you try to speak the language, they will treat you like a king, a queen. They will treat you like royalty. They will be the nicest people ever to you. They will help you. When I was in Russia, in Moscow, it was a school trip, technically. Me and a classmate, kind of got lost a little bit. And we were trying to get to Red Square. So we walked down this like market square almost, like a market strip, and like one of the buildings in this like little strip of buildings was a like a blown glass store with a bunch of knickknacks, like glass blown, like animals and statues and a bunch of other stuff. And this little Russian lady was staying at the counter, and she goes, "Здравствуйте," and me being the little baby was too scared to say anything, but the buddy was like, "Здравствуйте." I forget, mind you, once again my vocabulary is almost completely gone. He goes in Russian, "We are tourists. We don't know a whole lot of Russian, but we know a little bit. Could you help us get directions towards Red Square? We are trying to get back to the rest of our group, essentially." And after he says this, she, in the most broken English possible, said, "Oh, do not worry. I will help. I will give you directions. Don't worry, I will help you." And we spent like 20 minutes talking to this little old lady between broken English and broken Russian, and she was the nicest person ever. And when we got done, we got directions. We literally showed up at Red Square, no problem. And we were talking to everyone, and Lily was like, "Yeah, no, Russians are just like that. If you try to speak Russian, they will reciprocate that. They will reciprocate that. They will try to communicate you in as best of a way as possible. They will not be like the French, who will only speak at you in French. And even when you try to speak to them in French, they will still try and speak to you in French, unless they are in a good mood, which they will probably not be because they're French." And it's so shocking that it's like the Japanese are much the same. But like they'll usually just like wave you away. Essentially, they'll almost always speak Japanese, unless there's someone who can speak English, and they'll drag them over. And Sicily was much the same. "English, mother hagger, do you speak it?" Yeah. Unironically, yes. If you're going to go to a foreign country, you should probably at least attempt to speak the language. Like, I was so embarrassed when we went to a pizza store, a pizzeria in Sicily, without the tour guide and without someone who can speak Italian, at least moderately. And the lady was trying to tell us that they do not have soft bread, they do not have any hard bread, that they only currently have soft bread. But they did not know how to explain that to us in English. Even the person who knew English couldn't figure out the word for it in English, so they all gave up and walked away. And one of the other people sitting there who spoke both had to tell us they were just letting you know that the bread that they have was only soft bread. They did not have any hard bread. Because apparently hard bread is common and that's what's normal. But we had but they only had soft bread at that time. Which made the pizza a lot harder to cut. Apparently it was supposed to be very easy to cut and pull apart and fold. But it was a lot harder because it was soft, it would just squish it. And they're pretty much asking us, is that okay or do you want to change the pizza? Because I got a crust-filled cheese pizza. Where like the crust was filled with a cheese. Like, that was so embarrassing because I was like, we should have at least learned a little Italian before we came here. But we were like almost 99.9% of the time with, I got a text about money being short at work, so I have to message about this because it was not at my work, not while I was there. Okay. Yeah? Yeah. So anyways, which Toho girl has the biggest titties? Very random. Kaneko. The answer's Kaneko. If you're with a tour guide, these things tend to happen. It's embarrassing. Well, see, I was saying Kamachi? No. Kamachi is actually very small. It's just fan art. I'm almost certain it's Kaneko. Kaneko is like what? Literally, there's only like 6 characters in Touhou that have large chests in canon, and it's Kaneko, the cowgirl. I forget her name. The one with the baby. She's one. Sanaya. But it's not like it's by a bit. It's not flat, but it's not huge. Here's another character in canon that has actual extended chest by a significant degree. Maybe a Katya, but I think it's just because of what she's wearing. Hijiri? Oh, yeah! You're right, yeah, Byakuren. Yeah, Byakuren does. Byakuren has a bit, yeah, but, yeah, it's true. So there's another. I think that's it. That's like actually big. Like there's some that have something, but they're not big. Behind the can works. Yep. Anyway, I'm exhausted. I think I'm gonna end it. Shimmy? That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, Shimmy, the tiny baby with babies. Yeah, Shimmy. Nah, I'm gonna call it here. I'm exhausted. I have not played Touhou in 2 hours. I played Touhou for an hour and then talked like a crazy person for 2. Anyway, I'll see everyone tomorrow. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna do the tomorrow. I'll do the new Mirror Dungeon run. I'll talk about Limbus, I guess. I'll talk crazy then as well. And then what is after that? ADHD is crazy? No, excessive degrees of autism is crazy. I don't have ADHD. I have actual straight up autism, like borderline clinical. I think is what it was. I am high functioning, I think is what it was. I am borderline high functioning, I think is what it was. Like I was borderline needing medical assistance, I think is what it was. Like if you have a chart, it's like regular person, mildly autistic, high functioning, heavily. I was like on that line between the high functioning and heavily. Like I was right there. So I didn't get put into funny classes, but I probably should have. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Good night. Well, there's a reason Jelly's so cute. Yeah. 'Cause I'm fat. Cien poca? Cien poca. What does poca mean? Google. Bye. Oh! Poca. Oh! I said polka because I'm American. It's poca. I did it American. I said American. I said it American. I said it American. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to get hit by a car. That's terrible. I say that all the time. That's pa ka. The first O is silent. Well, not silent, but it's soft because the emphasis is on the at the end. So it's pa ka. I'm so stupid! Y'all do not understand how pissed off that makes me. bye.